Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Ty Mizzle. You're watching my channel, Mr. 14, and I'm here doing a review of Insecure Season 4, Episode 8. I know this season they said it was going to have a little bit more episodes, so I think it's supposed to be 10, but it's 8, and we ain't getting no next scene, next week episode. I don't know. We'll see. If it come on again next week, you will get more reviews. It's not, usually ends by 8 episodes, but they said this season was going to be more. But hey, this episode was more about Lawrence and Issa together. And coming last week, it ended with Lawrence and Molly just happened to run into each other. And Lawrence was on the phone and he called someone. He said, "Are you available to have a drink?" and everything. We don't know who he called, but we finally find out it was Issa. Well, based on the preview of the show, it was Issa. So he was calling Issa for a drink. All right, so he's sitting at the bar waiting, and he's waiting for Issa. He pop a Tic Tac, he pop a mint in his mouth, and then Issa came in. It was a crowded bar area. So if you want to have a sit down and talk to someone, like I think that's not the area to have it because it'll be so loud and you can't hear each other. So while Issa was coming in, she was looking nice with her red top and her jeans and everything. Lawrence was waiting there. He's standing up waiting for her to come. And while she was coming to the thing, she tripped and fell. And I said, "Oh my God, Issa!" Yeah, that's a bad mistake. She fell flat on her face. So it's like she's laying there. It's like, "Hold up, do you want help?" She said, "No, I got it." And then Lawrence said, "You need a minute?" She said, "Yeah." I was like, "Man, get your face off the floor, girl. You've been sitting there for a long time. Like, get up." So she had to compose herself and get up, and then it sat down. And this episode is mainly about how Lawrence and Issa, their feelings about how the relationship ended and where they're going, and what they have learned about each other and what they have done. It's like most a reflection of what happened. Because yes, Issa and Lawrence had a little small talk, and in one of the seasons, I think it's two or three, but they really have a major sit down and reflect on exactly their relationship. Like, so throughout the episode, Issa was trying to ask Lawrence, "What do you want to talk about? What you want to talk about? What you want to talk about?" Until they finally talk about when they sat down at the Spanish restaurant at the dinner table, and they sat down and talked. And before that, he told Issa that he had an interview at San Francisco. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she said, "Oh, over there, what's going on?" He said he has some interviews and stuff like that, and just want to see he can move up and move and do better for his career. Now he also realized that having his own business as being a boss is not cracked up what he thought it'd be. He thought that was something that he should have done. But remember, the whole first season, we all found Lawrence sitting on the couch, wanting to have his own company. He didn't want to work for somebody else. And he was sitting there on the couch. Issa was taking care of, he was taking care of. She was tired of doing that. So she ended up cheating on him. And then he left her because he didn't want to deal with the situation because he said that was the only reason why he left. No, that was not the only reason. And that was that. And so he was trying to build his business and all that stuff with the Doom, with his app and stuff. And he did get a job and he working on other people and stuff. And he's still trying to move up. But now he realized that having to be the boss is not what he wanted to do. He liked working as a team. He liked working with other people. So he's happy now knowing that pursuing his own business was not what he wanted to do. And this takes some time to learn. Like sometimes you have your mind set for something and you go for that. You strong on go for it, and then you realize after some time it's not what you want anymore. And that's what it was. It was driving you to the point that you pursue what you want to do. You pursue this, and you pursue that education. You pursue that degree. When it comes to reality, you couldn't get the job in the field, or then you're in the field, and then you realize it's not that, and then you start reflecting and say, "Oh, maybe that's not what I want to do." And then you realize you got something else that you're doing, and you end up loving it. So it's like it's it's the reality. Some things happen. It doesn't always fall where you may, and always look God lead you somewhere else where you expect you're supposed to be that. And that it took a while, a year, to Lawrence realize that opening source business was not for him. He liked working as a team, and he liked working in a company that he could be a part of a team. So his interview thing was probably a bigger business, a better things for him and more opportunities. Now, he told her he ran into Molly, and Issa told him that her and Molly is not friends right now. They're not cool. They're not really good. She said her block party was a good success. It almost killed her to death, but she made it work. And he wanted to know what happened between the friendship. And he said that's not something we talk about right now. It's good. It is not something to talk about. But she wanted to talk about what he was there for. Now, during the time, or was it? It was during the time Condola was texting Lawrence. Now, he did say, Issa did tell him that she heard what happened between Condola and Lawrence. It's all about that. He said, eventually you'll find out. Because I guess that's what he wanted to tell Issa at that time when it was at Tiffany's house. But he didn't get to tell her. But Condola told Issa that they broke up. Now, Condola is texting said, I know we said, I think the weekend or something like that, the next night. But can we meet tonight? Now, I don't know what she needs to talk about him so much because she texts him and then she called him during the night as well. I said, what is it? It's like, if y'all broke up, what for y'all need to talk about? And if something happened that make us believe that it's not over between them. Now, it could be one of those two ways that she could be able to text him and call him and want to meet up to talk about some things because they want to talk. All right, when y'all broke up, we y'all need to talk about it. It was done for it, or y'all realized y'all broke up too soon. Y'all want to make things work. It's either they want to make things work now, or she might be pregnant. We don't know. But hopefully that's not the case. But it could be. So we'll see what's the reason behind Condola wanting to see him. Because he was like, throughout the night, he was like, I'm tied up right now. I'm going to hold up for doing some things. But when I have the time and I can come see you, I'll come see you. And I'll let you know. I keep it posted. She said, cool. Stuff. So I said, okay, that's crazy. So they sat down at the restaurant and they finally had to sit down and really have a real grown conversation. No heated arguments. No like, oh, this, you did this is wrong. It's a real grown up reflection of their fallout of the relationship. Because remember, Issa and Lawrence been together for 5 years. So that's a long time to be with someone, and then something happened and you just end it. Now, he asked why Daniel. It could be anybody else, but why Daniel? But she said no, it couldn't be anyone else. It was him because at the time he just popped up and he made me feel wanted and made me feel appreciated, made me feel loved that I wasn't getting at home. And she realized, she feel like during the whole year, the last year in the relationship before it ends, I was trying to get you to do things, and I feel like I was not doing my job because I couldn't get you to go out. I couldn't get you to do anything else. I couldn't get you to talk. I couldn't get you to have sex with me. I couldn't get you to do none of that for a whole year. And I felt like I was failing. So I was like, I wasn't good enough for you to get you anything. And she said, no, it wasn't about that. It was the fact that every morning when we were getting out and going to work, it's a reminder that I was sitting home doing actually nothing. I had nothing going on for myself. And it was easier to blame that you cheating on me was the easy way out. He realized maybe he didn't fight hard enough. And she was like, I wish you would have fought hard enough for that relationship. Because it devastated her that that relationship ended. Because she did feel really bad about what she had done. But it was easy for Lawrence to leave it because he didn't want to face his own responsibility. The responsibility that he realized that he was staying home, doing nothing all this time, and that Issa took care of him, all that stuff, and she was putting the brunt of it, and he wasn't doing anything to help alleviate. She was complaining a little bit, but they both wasn't really open. Because remember, the first season, she wasn't even open about how she felt dissatisfied about him until she ended up cheating and all that stuff and craziness, and she wasn't talking to him as much. So now they get open. Now they sat down and reflected, and they getting older, and they realized that maybe we should have done things. We should have had this talk way years before and not now. But they realized they wasn't even talking as much in the relationship. That's how they got to a point that it was no return, And he said it was easy for him to blame on that and not face on his responsibility that he just was a bum, basically, the whole year. And just sitting there and not doing nothing. And to remind him that I wasn't ish. He wasn't shit. Basically, that's what it was. And they sat down and had a talk. But it seemed like that throughout the episode, they had this awkward moments that they want to say more. They had their feelings for each other. But at the same time, it's like, okay, the reality is this is what's going on. It's that. So after the thing, they went outside and ran into TSA Bay. TSA Bay has a new date. They ran into each other. They talk all that stuff. He went on his way, and they went on their way. Now, during the ride to that restaurant, because it was so loud at the bar, Issa wanted the quiet ride, but the lady was kept talking, and Issa was annoying. But throughout the conversation, it was brought up that Lawrence said he bought a ring for Issa. So he was thinking about marrying Issa. And I guess Issa was taken aback by that because she did not know that he actually bought a ring for her. And she asked that, and he said, yeah, we was looking at ring shopping together, so it was no thing to do to buy it. So that's one thing. And they went to the artwork together, look at different art. It was critiquing different art, and they was talking about things, and then doing more reflection. And throughout the time, I think that's when Condola called, and she saw the call. She said, do you need to get that? He said, no, I can get that later on. He saw stuff, and she said, what's going on? He said, we're talking right now. We're trying to see what it is, all that stuff. So it's not set in stone about what's going on between those two. But she said, okay, cool. That's reality. They're not together. So they left. They left that. And when the ride, he lives not too far from Issa all this time, and she didn't know that. He would live like close and not too far. And she said he was right there, and I didn't know that. And he living good. He got his own place. And it was nice and neat. Nice and neat, and everything was good. The couch they got together, I remember they took that couch they bought. And he found a good place for that couch. He kept it. And while Issa went to go to the bathroom, he went outside to talk to Condola and said, maybe I can still see you. I'll keep you posted. I'm still doing something on stuff. He came back out. Issa was there at the door. She noticed that was Condola that he went outside to talk to. And it's still a little awkwardness, but now Issa said she don't want to leave. She don't want to leave. She don't want the night to end. And he was happy with the night. She was happy the night. Next minute, HBO fashion, they had sex scene. It was nice, intimate. And next morning, they got up. They talked. She was in San Francisco. He said, yeah, you going to miss me? And so she said, well, I don't know. Your chicken legs can't handle all that heels. But let's say, and then she got up and walked. She walked home. He said, you want to give me, I'm going to get you a ride. And I said, I'm happy to take you home. She said, no. And then she was walking with pride, and she walking with happiness. Like, she was really happy. Like, I don't know, it was closure that she needed, or it was a step in the election that it could be a possibility that her and Lawrence would get back together. Now, I don't know what is this show is trying to make us, get us towards, is trying to get us towards that Issa and Lawrence possibility might get back together. But if that happened, in what expense? Now, what's the aspect between Lawrence and Condola? What is the issue with that? I mean, if they really broke up, why is she calling so much? And it's hopefully it's not the thing I said about she being pregnant. We won't see about that, but we'll see if that plays a role, if they ever get back together, or what. If y'all listen to the review, what do y'all think about it? Do y'all think that you want Issa and Lawrence to get back together, or y'all feel like they should not get back together at all? They should just be cool friends and stuff. But I don't know. What about her and Nathan? I mean, like good friends now. I don't think they gonna get back together right now, but they could friends. So is she gonna patch up her relationship with Molly? We'll see how many more episodes we have this season. But that was Insecure, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how you feel, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, peace.